Okay, very good afternoon. I don't see any good mornings and good evening to all that might be watching on the YouTube channel as well as on the direct channel. Yeah, I have a very ropey voice today, so I've asked Leon to take over if I bail out, but so far so good. And it looks like we are streaming okay and the quality is not too bad. Yeah, I just want to quickly go to the live shot. But to do that, I must do the following, and I'll have to change that. Right, this is who we have on the net. I've got my sequence a bit wrong today, but we'll get it right in a minute. Just let this thing come up. Right, on the net today, we have myself, and then I pass it to an old friend that we haven't seen for ages, and that's Tom, ZR6 Tango Golf. He says, testing, testing. Well, it worked out very well earlier, Tom. Nice picture, nice audio, everything back on track. Tom, if you can pass it to Peter, GW7BZY in Wales. And then Peter, you pass it to Leon, ZS1 Mike down in the Cape, South African Cape, called Worcester. And then Leon, you pass it to the Netherlands, to Bert, Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta. I'm going to look forward to seeing his 2 meter, 1 kilowatt water-cooled amp. Can't wait to see that. And then Bert, you pass it also to the Netherlands, to Paul, Papa Echo 1 Alpha Victor Papa. So those are the guys that we have on board at the moment. I just want to take that away and come back to the mic. So yeah, it's going to be a nice net, no doubt. And we hope, I can't wait to see that amplifier that's being developed, 1 kilowatt on 2 meters. That's great. Or 2 kilowatt on 2 meters. I didn't read it properly. Anyway, so Tom, if you can get ready to fire your guns, and then you pass it over to ZR6TG to Peter. So, to you, Tom, ZR6 Tango Golf from ZA6YI.
Thanks there, Gary. ZS6YI, ZR6 Tango Golf. And yeah, hello everybody. Great to be back on the net. It's been a while. It's been a rough year, but things are going back to normal, so hoping to play a bit more with the DATV stuff again. And yeah, not much to report from my side for this net. Last project was just about getting my setup back up and running. Amazingly, everything works still more or less correctly. Just had to climb on the roof this morning just to fix a couple of nuts and bolts. But yeah, everything's looking good. So good to see everybody. Lots of familiar faces and names, and everybody's still doing their thing. So very happy to see that. Yeah, on my side, the weather is quite good. We've had lots of rain, lots of sun. You can see I'm a bit red. It's a sunburn. It's not a camera issue. But yeah, otherwise all good. Enjoying the holidays and looking forward to start the new year fresh. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Peter, GW7BZY, here from Zulu Romeo 6 Tango Golf.
Okay, so are we up? Yeah, we've got sound and everything. Yeah, I did have a test card. I do have a test card. We'll go with a test card, I suppose. Just for the people who like test cards. Yeah, excellent stuff. Good to see you there, Tom. Yeah, no, I've been waiting to... I know you're a busy man, and we've got a lot of better things to do, no doubt. But I've been playing this year, a little earlier, a couple of months ago now, with CUDA and Unsharpened Math and DNR. And I'm trying to put the line into the instruction in the NVIDIA using the CUDA, etc. And it doesn't accept. So I've got a wish list that if there's a second, a third or fourth version, whichever it might be, that would it be possible for any of these instructions to work, where I can upload and etc. and add some DNR and maybe some unsharpened mask, as encoding noise is not efficient, but there we are. That's just a wish thing. Anyway, good otherwise. Good to see everybody in. I'm a second on. I didn't go anywhere today. Well, I did go to Bangor, but I made sure the wife got me home in time. As last weekend, whilst I was off work, we were miles away, and I didn't get in, although I had planned to. So there we are. Got a lot of radio stuff down here. I said my last efforts have been playing with the encoder, which I think I've got working quite well now. I did discover that the camera was outputting SD resolution. Suddenly I'd reset the thing, and because it's quite old, that was its default setting. So I've updated that to its HD setting. So we're now transmitting 720p from the camera into the Magwell capture card, and then through vMix. Still using vMix, although I have found that OBS works very well with NVIDIA. Although it's a bit of a clunky program, and it doesn't have a waveform monitor with the adjustments attached. I know it does have a waveform monitor. Oh, it does have a waveform monitor. Yes, it does. But you don't have the adjustments with a color wheel or any other controls as it should do. So it's very difficult to set the camera up correctly. So they are. If I just had noise reductions and unsharpening mask, I'd be a really happy man. And maybe squeeze a little bit more quality. I'm running full 25 frames a second here, 720p, and single channel audio, sampling at 24 kilobits at 22.5 kilohertz. So audio's all right as well, and I think quite a lot can be had from H.265, and I have quite a lot of success with H.264 as well, which also can be made to look pretty good, as long as you don't move about too much. I'm going to hand that round to Leon, ZS1MM. Hopefully there's enough sharpness in my hair. I know you're a man for sharpness there, Leon, so I'm looking for a positive reaction from you, but I'd be surprised if I do. But there we are. From GW7BZY, hopefully lip-synced. That'll be the thing I'll get criticised for, I'm sure. But with that, I'm going to hand it back to Leon with a test card. What are we going to go? How are we going to do? Oh, we've only got cube zoom at the moment.
Okay, good afternoon and good evening to everybody online from ZS1 Mike. Peter, before I forget, please promise me you are not going to change anything on your station now. It is perfect. It is razor sharp. The audio is clean and live, and no noise gates and rubbish like that. It's beautiful. So please don't change anything. It cannot be better than what you have now. Right, Gary, okay? I mustn't talk so loud, then I'll start clipping. Yeah, Gary's voice is not too hot, but at least he made his over. And Tom, very nice to see you on again. It's been a long time, eh? Yeah. So that's nice. What have I been doing here? Now I'm busy starting to work on the flight termination system of the ASRI rocket system again. I promised them that it will be ready in January, so I've already made the PC boards the other night, and this morning I tinned the whole lot with low temperature SMD solder. So I must just put on the components and then put the whole lot in the die cast box and wire it up. So yeah, that I want to finish. Also this morning, finally my sister's son got me the proper SMD capacitors, NPO capacitors for my GPS modem, and I fitted that this morning. That also is working perfectly. So now the whole modem is a very, very tiny little, very, very flat PC board, all SMD, and this tiny little GPS engine and a very, very tiny little S-band transmitter, and the whole package works very, very well. It literally weighs a few grams. So yeah, that's also going well. My rocket that I built for the work is also ready to fly now. Oh, it's a bit big. But yeah, there it is. I've got everything on it now. So I sent them a picture, and they're very keen on it. So they want to know when are we going to launch it. So I said, well, that depends on the safety officer when he's got a window. We're going to be quite busy the first 2 months at work, I think. So I don't know whether maybe as we switch from one test to another, because all the instruments have to be moved on the range, and maybe just before they start moving, we can quickly launch this one and see what it does, and whether they can see it. You know, if it's big enough. It's all about size. They want something that the optical instruments can see. So yeah, that is it from me for now. So Bert, over to you. Papa Alpha 3. I've missed the rest of your call sign. Gary was too quick when he gave it to me. But you take it from ZS1 Mike.
No, there is indeed some audio. Hey, what's happening over here? No. I hope. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon. I hope the sound is much better than last week. I had two microphones. One of them was hidden behind the monitor and I didn't see that. So there was a little bit funny audio then. But yeah, I will disappoint you probably, Leon. Audio and video quality probably not the best quality you want, but I'm an amateur, not professional, so the quality is always a little bit behind. Okay, yeah, I finished this week by amplifier. Let's see what I can. I have to pick up the camera then. It's wobbly cam. Oh, let's see what it can show. First, the back side. That's water cooled. I got two inputs for the water and one output for the water, and of course the antenna, and two other small connectors, one for the 50 volts for the back power, and on the PDT and the 12 volt. And I can turn it up. Okay, I can turn it over here. Let's see. This is the amplifier itself. That's the BLF 188XR, and it's on a 10mm copper plate. And I can okay, on the underside, that's 20 millimeters aluminium. I did some milling with it, so the water can pass through, and it is watertight anyway. So not so much for the small switches and controller board, but that's not so much. and the coax relay, of course. And, let's turn it again. Okay, the front is then this side. That's not 2 kilowatt, just 1 kilowatt, and that's more than enough. So I can bring me 200, 250 watt max for DATV. And yeah, for the amplifier on off. This one will be led by LED bars for the power and the forward and reflect power, but we'll see later that on. I use a normal and other meters, external meters, but that's a nice future. And let's see what we have more. Yeah, okay, we have, and some warnings there, high temperature, or there's antennas going wrong with the antenna. And MV is, yeah, the must preamp. It's always handy to have, and so there's a P or PA on and off. So that's all it's now, and let's see what it can. In front of over it, let's see. That's a piece of aluminium has to be put on it. Let's see if I can. So, okay. That's now locked. Of course, there are some screws inside, and on top some screws, and that is a finished product then. And they can put on top of the 70 centimeters amplifier. First one, the red one, is the power supply. The yellow one, the 70 centimeters, and yeah, the blue one is for the 2 meter. And there will be a green one also added. That is for 50 megahertz and 10 megahertz of 10 meter and a 6 meter band for the short wave bands. So, but that will be in the near future. I got already all the components. Amplifier is already working, but I have to put in a cabinet. Someone was asking about the frames I'm using. It's some aluminium, some some square rod profile. I can put these little triangles on it, and yeah, I hope that is visible in the camera. And this one, you can cut any length what you want, make the size you want for the cabinet, and to put some screws in it, I got some small items with. I hope you can see it over here. Is it sharp enough? And you can slide it into the profile, and so you can put in M2 or M3, M4, M5 screws. I got different sizes, and yeah, that's the way you can make the cabinet. Then it's rather quickly and easily can be done. Let's see, camera back to its position. I need another camera. I got another camera, but it was got some problems with it. That's the C920, but no, not at the moment. So that is a finished product, and now the next one is what I said already is for the 10 and 6 meter, and that will also be water cooled. Maybe I can show you the water cooling on the underside of the table. Let's see if that works. I put some light on it. Oh, there's some electronics over there, Raspberry Pi controlling the temperature and the ventilator. And there's a waterproof. There's a can, 20-liter can, that's filled up to approximately 16 liters of liquid cooling. So that's used for the cooling for the amplifiers. I can use it half an hour. Full power within a half an hour. If it took longer than a half an hour, yeah, the water gets maybe too warm. But anyway, we will see what we'll do in the future. Maybe another can, a bigger can, or another cooling mechanism. Okay, that's just from this side on the moment. Yeah, let's send the camera and the microphone to my far neighbor, far to the west. Papa Echo Alpha Victor Papa from the group. This is Papa Alpha 3 Alpha Oscar Delta.
Okay, there must be audio. That's really good. Yeah, indeed. I'm a neighbor of Bert in the Wester in the Netherlands, the western part. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all watching the net at the moment. And Gary, thanks for hosting. Tom, it is really good to see you again. That has been a long time ago that we met. I saw that you texted me in the chat earlier today. I did answer it, I think 15 minutes late. I do apologize. I do not always watch the chat, but really good to see you again. Well, let me respond to, oh no, there's a fair chance, of course, that we don't see each other before the new year. So before I forget, I wish everyone watching the net a happy and healthy 2026, of course. And for the German people, guten Rutsch ins neue Jahr. Good. Looking outside, we have sunny weather. It's really nice, blue sky. The temperature is about 6 degrees at the moment, which is much better than it was during the previous days. During Christmas, we had a temperature of -3. Well, for some people that is not that cold, but well, here at the North Sea coast, that is a low temperature. At the moment, talking about 40 years ago, it could be -19, but those times have gone. Okay, yeah, Tom, you must be a busy man, that was said before. And I'm curious, of course, what have you been doing? But no, you don't have to explain. But I'm really great that you're back again on the net. And you told that you are enjoying holidays. That's also good. Yeah, Christmas time here, that means that it is cold. But Christmas time in your environment, that means that it is warm. That's the opposite. So holiday time. Peter, yeah, you explained that OBS works well with NVIDIA, and that you are squeezing your system out for quality. Well, I completely agree with Leon at the moment. The picture that I received, the video that I received from you is really perfect. And also the audio this time was perfect. So please don't touch. Yeah, Leon, I saw the rocket, which is ready to fly. That really looks nice to me. Of course, we would like to see it flying, but that still takes a few weeks, what I understood. Bert. It was the first time that I saw your introduction. It really looked nice. The audio indeed is much better than last week, because last week it was the wrong microphone, as you explained. And what a wonderful PA that you've built. And I also like the modular design that you've shown. So you have a lot of enclosures that are all built in the same way, and they have the same width. Well, that's a word I cannot pronounce. Breedte in Dutch. Yeah. Okay, and then your shaky cam did indeed show the BLF 188, it was, you said, situated on copper, really proper design, Bert. It's as explained before, we almost meet every day on the narrowband transponder, but then the pictures are not there. So I now was able to see what you've built, and it looks nice. We also had a view under the table. It's good that you added some safety circuits to your power amplifier. It might be that you need a kind of radiator in the near future. to get rid of the heat that is being produced by the power amplifier. We will have it reported. Well, talking about reporting myself, there is not that much to report. I had a short chat with Christian, OE8 SEQ. He did produce a wonderful video which he intended to show on the wideband transponder, but in some way he was unable to do that. So what I have in mind is testing it on my system, whether it works or not, and then report to him whether it's possible to transmit it. And the reason why it didn't work, that is that there are a lot of fast changes and movements in the video, and that was not supported by his encoding environment. Okay, yeah, it has been Christmas, so that means that the main activity at this site was shopping for vegetables and other stuff, and cooking and eating together with friends. So let's say last week was more social than technical. I did receive some stuff to repair. Some people perhaps already saw it in the background. It's really old stuff. What's on the bench now is a Philips V2000 recorder. That's an oldie, of course, but yeah, some people in some way would like to capture old videos and store it in a digital environment. But yeah, this recorder it starts up, but there is no output, so needs to be investigated. And really in the back there's a VHS recorder, and that's up and running again, so that's good. Furthermore, I can report that my second bullseye LMB failed. I did disassemble it. This is the printed circuit board, which is on the inside. Actually, it still looks nice. Yeah, you can't see it. The resolution is not high enough. But the printed circuit board really still looks nice, but if you're really critical, you see that there must have been some ingress of water. Yeah, that is the reason why one polarity is failing. Perhaps I can repair it. You never know. Yeah. Hopefully there will be some more time next year for radio again. Let's see. Last message. I did order some components from China for my stock in the background, especially SMD components. The reason why I did that is that the tax rules in Europe will be changing somewhere in the beginning of next year, and that means that for each for each component that you're ordering, that means line on the bill, you have to pay an additional tax of up to €5. That means €3 as ordered by Europe, and then an additional €2 as ordered by the Dutch government. And that really is a lot, so I thought it's better to take some stock in advance, which I did. Well, that's yeah, all I can say or complain, so I hand over to the next. Let's have a look at the list. Yeah, that's still you, Gary. So camera and microphone, go to South Africa. From Papa Echo, number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Okay, very good. Nice over. And I just also want to thank the following. That's Nigel, Mike 9 November Tango Romeo. He's on. Peter Rudolph, as usual. Peter from Hanover, DK3 Zulu Foxtrot's on. Hello, Peter. Nice to have you on again. Frick Wolf, ZS6 Fox Zulu. He says he's got his mini tuner working, but his LNB's packed up. So as long as he gets the receiver going and a new cheap LNB, and he'll be at least able to hear us or watch us direct, and then it's his transmitter. And hello to Charlie Pretorius, ZS6 Charlie Romeo Romeo, also watching us. Greetings to all, he says. And of course, Alfredo in Italy, Italy Kilo 1 Charlie Oscar Alpha. Those are the guys on at the moment. We've so far not had too many viewers on, about 14. Excuse me, the ropey voice today. But to quickly go down the list, I want to concur with what the others have said, especially Leon, Peter. It is an outstanding picture with excellent audio. You are in sync. So really, you've done a great job, and you've deliberately let a flock of hair fall down on your forehead so that we can see each and every hair strand. So it looks very, very good indeed. You've got the color balance just perfect, and a very nice picture. Your background, very colorful. So no, you've done an excellent job. So as Leon says, keep it that way. You're definitely not going to improve it much more. The only thing we can now do is start to smell your breath. So it's that clear. So well done on that. Bert, excellent on that 1 kilowatt amplifier for 2 meters. What you might do, you go and get yourself an old car radiator from a scrapyard and a little water pump and a little fan. And you take that big reservoir of water you have and pump it through. In fact, you can use the pump you've got. Pump it through the radiator. So from the tank through the radiator to your transmitter, and that will last a long time. Your climate's much cooler than ours. I've got a very similar setup, as you know, on this very amp I'm using now. But what I've got is a proper chiller. I've got a refrigerated chiller that I can bring it down. And at the moment, the temperature is exactly 20.2 degrees. And it'll stay there day in and day out, no matter what the temperature outside is. So, but you don't need to do that in Europe, where it's a much cooler weather than in South Africa, where we can get to 38 and 40 degrees Celsius without too much difficulty. So a radiator, very inexpensive radiator from an old scrap motor car, and a little fan on it, and you're away. It'll keep that thing nice and cool for hours on end. Looking forward to seeing the other amps as well. And I must say, you built it beautifully, and I like the copper. That's what I do this side as well. Use a big piece of copper, and then underneath that put some aluminium, and then I just milled water channels in, which is properly sealed, so it's better than pipes, so you get better distribution. We use that with injection molding tools, and I've got a little temperature measurement meter on it as well, so I can just glance over and see what the temperature is. Anyway, beautiful construction. I like your box manufacture, your enclosure. That really looks good indeed. So, mooi gedaan. Very well done. Leon, yeah, excellent audio from your side. Yeah, when you get very excited, you didn't clip today. I don't know why. Maybe you put new batteries in the condenser mic. And Tom, yeah, it's always good to see Tom, and looks a bit like a beetroot. I did mention that earlier, but he admitted I could see it. He got sunburned like mad yesterday. So yeah, there's some nice cream you can put on to take the sting out, Tom. I can always WhatsApp you. It's not expensive, but it works like a bomb. I was very sunburnt when I went to visit Leon down in the Cape, and I got some of this stuff and put it on, and it sorted it out within one evening. So it's good stuff. And then you don't peel either. But that is a South African problem. Right, I think I have covered everybody on the list, so I just want to see if I have missed anybody. But I do also want to take Paul's example and wish everybody a very, very happy 2026. I must say 2025 has been a bit of a horrendous year for me when it comes to friends and acquaintances that have passed on this year. As recently as yesterday, a pattern maker who's been in my employ since 1994, passed away yesterday. And on Thursday, I said to him, you must go and see a doctor. I have sent him to a friend of mine who's a specialist, and then the friend wanted to put him in hospital some time back already. And he complained. He said, no, he wants to go to Vanderbijl Park, which is about 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers from us, from the hospital where he was going to be put into. Anyway, on Thursday, I said to him, Johan, I can see you battling. He has a lot of fluid absorption, he's not getting rid of his fluid. And he was battling to breathe. And then on Friday, I told him again, you must get the scene too. You can't carry on like this. He was battling to breathe. And unfortunately, yesterday evening, his wife let me know that he had passed on. And young man, I think he's 62, 61, I'm not even sure. Born in 1962, maybe going to turn 63, thereabout. So it's a young age, and he was a very knowledgeable guy and a wonderful personality. But you know what? It's been mad. Friends of mine in the army, it's just been a terrible year. I suppose as you get older, so it happens more often, but it's not pleasant. So I hope 2026 is going to be a lot easier, and I hope it's going to be a wonderful year for everyone on frequency. So that was a long over from my side. Tom, are you getting ready to switch on your amps there? ZR6 Tango Golf, to please take it. And do excuse the voice, ZA6YI.
I don't think I jumped on anybody there. GW7BZY. I'm battling light changes here for the perfect picture, color balance. Yeah, I'm facing a window. No, I don't think I can do much more until some changes are made, if ever, to this fantastic DATV Red, which is pretty good, I have to say, but excellent. And I've made some adjustments within the palette of what's available, but I'd like there to be more available in the adjustments, i.e. the 3D DNR and sharpen mask. Whether that would improve the picture, I don't know, but I have to be honest, I have been perusing new cameras. I've seen some current Sony cameras that are coming down in price. Do I really want to blob a few thousand on it? I don't know, but I've seen one with a lens, HD lens, and a complete kit for over 10 grand less than current retail. So I am tempted. It would squeeze up 3 dB more signal to noise ratio, and it has 3D noise reduction in the camera, and of course the sensors will be newer and it will do more things. But would it be better? Who knows? Would it be noticeably better? I don't really want to spend money to find out, but I don't know. That's about the only onward and upward direction. There was a Z750 at auction, and I did miss it purposely because I might have blobbed way too much money on it. If you're not familiar with the PMXW 750, it's a 4K 3-sensor camera with a good dynamic range, and it's the latest cutting edge, bleeding edge technology. Well, it was when it came out about 5 years ago. Sony only changes their gear sort of once every sort of 10 years, so broadcast equipment tends to last a lot longer on the update cycle. And everybody's going to single sensor, large sensor cameras. So the 3 sensor, the good stuff, the one with the good picture quality, albeit without the dynamic, without the dynamic range, but certainly without the blurry background. And as you see with this camera, there is enough blurry background to be had. I've had to open the turn down the neutral density filter because the light's fading outside. It's getting dark. So there we are. So that's the only way up, I think, is to change cameras. But I can't. It might happen. Whether you'd notice or not, that would be the big question. Is it worth it? Absolutely not. But we've all got hobbies, haven't we? We've all got things that we spend money on that we shouldn't, perhaps. That and cars. I like cars as well. I spend far too much money on cars and cameras. Are my two greatest weaknesses. With that, I'm going to hand it round, I think. I'm sorry that maybe I'll give a pause for Tom there. Apologies, Tom, if you did get it together and I've gone over you. But I think we should pause for Tom. And then it'll be... Oh, I was going to say, fantastic PA. But really nice looking bit of kit. Fantastic. I have been pondering it, making a PA for 2 meters, but I don't think there's anyone to transmit to around here, so I don't think it'd be pointless to just be generating more RF in my locality and upsetting people. And certainly got your 77 there and everything, yeah. Paul, I think it's Paul, isn't it? Fantastic jacket, mate. I like that. I like a jacket, and that is an excellent jacket. I wonder if you've got the trousers to go with that. That would be a fantastic suit. I have seen test guard suits in the past, but I've not seen anyone on amateur television ever wearing one. But there we are. And a happy new year to everybody. Yes, very good indeed. Blue skies here today. Very bright and sunny this morning. Cold yesterday too. 3 degrees this morning. Car frozen. The latest thing about my car, the most fantastic thing about my new car, well, relatively new car, I had it last year, is that I can start the heating in the car from the house. I just go on the app on my phone and turn the heating on. So before I go to work in the morning, whilst I'm cooking my breakfast, I put the heating on, which is fantastic. It does, other modern car things, but that's the standout part for me. Yeah, I think that's about very impressive rocket, Leon. Yeah, very nice. I'm sure it's not big by the place you work standards, but it looks a pretty decent rocket. Excellent stuff. I'm sure there's a purpose. I'm sure you're going to test your tracking or something. I don't know. But anyway, it's got a nice orange stripe on it, and that's what's important. With that, I hand it round from GW7BZY with a cube zoom.
I think maybe there was somebody.
Sorry, man. No, it was me, Leon. I said, I think
Okay, Gary. ZS6YI in the group ZS1MM. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Tom. I mean, he had a perfectly stable 100% over, and he's not coming back. I can't recall that he said he's only doing one round. But anyway, okay, Peter. Yeah. Yeah, perfect picture and perfect sound. Maybe one little detail. If you can move your mic around a bit, you can even drop it a bit so it's out of the picture, but in front of you. When you're looking at it, when you are looking to the right, you're on mic. But that mic's very narrow. It's the wrong type of microphone. When you're looking straight at the camera and when you're left, it's even worse. Then you sound off mic. But that's being hypercritical. When you are facing the microphone, it's beautiful, super hi-fi, no complaints. Okay, right. Bert, yeah, oh, beautiful amplifier, eh? Very, very nice. Jy steek my aan. Right. Yeah, no, that is a nice job. It takes a lot of time, especially if you have to mill the blocks and that sort of thing. Mine is air cooled. I also have the copper spreader, and then that onto a nice heat sink with two fans blowing on it, and that can run the whole day. It doesn't overheat. But yeah, we're not running much power here. The thing can do something like nearly 300 watts, but I think we're running about 15 watts or so. Right, Paul. Yes, that LNB. Yeah, they do sometimes get, well, here in South Africa, you know, our sun is 10 times brighter than what you have up there. I think we're closer to the sun than you guys. We're also closer to the satellite than you people. But anyway, so what happens is the radome in front of the LNB, the UV eats it and it cracks. And then you get rain and you get moisture inside the thing, and then it dies. But you just take it down and just let it sit in the house for a couple of days, and it dries out and it's fine again. So I'm sure if you reassemble that thing now, it'll probably work. I don't know whether your radome was damaged, or I mean, where else can the moisture get in? It shouldn't be able to get in. They seal those things so well. But anyway, okay. Yes, I meant to ask you, on your left, that looks like one of those old Philips VCRs, the one where you could turn around the tape. It's a half-inch tape, but they're only using a quarter-inch per track, and then you can. Yeah, I remember that machine. My uncle had two of them. They've got nice motors inside, and I stripped both of these when he had done with it and went over to VHS. He gave them to me, and they've got nice geared DC motors inside. I think it's for the threading or something, I can't remember. But anyway, it's a genuine Philips motor. You know, Philips stuff is normally grey. Oh man, they made beautiful stuff. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, I noticed that, and yeah, in the background I could also see some domestic appliances standing there. Yes. So you're bringing it home nowadays. You don't go to that, what do you call it? That like a bazaar thing where you go and sit and fix people's things. I remember you showed us some of those things. Okay, yeah, here today it's hot. It's not warm. It is hot. There's a light breeze, but we need gale force here now to cool us down. It's probably 35 degrees outside or so. But where it falls on the paving and stuff, that goes easily. It goes up to 60 degrees when I measure it. So it's very, very hot. I don't like the summer. I don't fly in the summer, my model aeroplanes. No, it's too hot. I don't stand around the sun. you see what Tom looks like. Well, I go another couple of dBs redder than that within half an hour, and for the rest of the week I'm miserable. So I stay out of this hot sun, winter sun, yeah, maybe for an hour or so. So I go down to the airfield to fly during the winter. We get beautiful, quiet, freezing days then. Oh, then it's nice to fly. Okay, what else? There's not much more from my side, and yeah, I must now give it to Bert. Papa Alpha 3, Alpha Oscar Delta, and the group from ZS1 Mike in Worcester.
Hey, that's me. There's a picture. It would be nice if some audio. Yeah, and also some audio. Okay, thanks, Leon. Let's see. Oh yeah, and indeed, before I forget, everybody, the wish wishes for the new year, 2026. That's in 4 days already, and start 2026. Yeah, yeah. You're talking all about the weather. Even in the Netherlands, there's huge difference between the west and the east side of the country. Yeah? Over here, the whole day it's already real heavy, foggy weather. I can see maybe 200, 300 meters, and that's it. And it's cold. It's around 3 degrees over here maximum. But yeah, and indeed, last week we had a lot of ice. Nice for skating. Temperature dropped down to minus 6, 7 degrees last Christmas days. The last two Christmas days. And last night it was just only -2. But I think it will also drop down below 0 this evening, because it's already it's maybe net 3 degrees at the moment. And when it is freezing and you got fog, oh, everything will be frozen. The windshields from the cars, all that stuff more. Okay, I got an email from a guy who wants to say to see the power amplifier of the power supply for the amplifier. So I will put the camera in front of I can see put them all together now, and there's room for one amplifier left for the shortwave. Amplifier itself of the power supply I use for the current always an analog meter. Digital meter looks maybe nice, but I like more the analog one. I can see directly if there's something wrong. So I'm always using for current measurements always an analog meter. That's one supply. I can switch off. Normally it's only the 12 volts on. That's for the mast preamps, and I can switch on the 48 volts with this switch, and I can switch it on and off when it is really necessary and when it is hurry. I can only use one amplifier at the moment. That's done this way. It's inside is a Raspberry Pi Pico. That's a small controller. I programmed it in Python, in MicroPython, and I can only choose one of the amplifiers. So it's AF 2 meter or 70 centimeters. Only one of them I can select. So never the chance that I put the 2 amplifiers on there. And yeah, what Peter said about the activity, activity is indeed not that big over here, but the amplifiers are, you can say only used for DATV, ATV/DATV. That's the only reason I have these amplifiers, not for SSB or CW. I'm not that active on SSB or CW or what mode of FT8 or what's more used today nowadays. But it's only for the contest. I'm busy with all the contests for ATV, and that's used for that. And about vMix, Peter, you're using vMix. I don't know what the real difference is. Every program has its pro and its cons. So I'm using here OBS, and what I'm doing with it is more than enough. Yeah, the camera, it's just an eagle eye camera, so yeah, that's probably not the best one, and I will never reach your quality, Peter, but that's not so important for me. That's, yeah, about no, what's it called? The cooling, yeah, radiator from a car, that's a nice idea to use that, they're big. I don't know how many liters that can go, maybe about 20 or so, or 15 liters, I don't know exactly, but yeah, that's one of the ideas to use them. And you can also use for a tank, for a fish tank. They have also coolers for a fish tank. Yeah, you can use that also. One guy in the neighborhood over here is using also a fish tank cooler, and yeah, that's also a possibility. But now I leave it on the moment even as it is. I'm first trying to make the 10 meter and 6 meter amplifier to finish that one, and when done finished, no, that will take me a couple of months probably. Then it's time to yeah, to tune up the cooling more. But then it's also the summer is reaching probably, and the temperatures luckily not that warm as at your side or in South Africa with 40 degrees or so. When it is really warm, it's got maybe 34, 35 degrees centigrade over here. But normally, yeah, I got maybe 1 or 2 days, yeah, 30 degrees, and normally it's much cooler. And I'm happy with it. I don't like the temperatures from over the 30 degrees. And also this temperature from the freezing point is also not my favorite. Let's be around 20 degrees. You can do something also outside. So keep it that way. 30 to 25 max for me personally then. Okay, that's all from this side. As said, good for the new year, and we'll see you then probably then somewhere next year. Yeah, assessment goes to Paul, indeed, on the west side of the country, where it is probably sun and warmer. What can we do about it then? P and AVP from the group, this PH3 AOD. Bye bye everybody.
Okay, thank you, Bert. Gary, I read your message to hand over to Tom again. We give it a try. Afterwards, I lost my voice in a way, but I can't mute the microphone. Can I? Yeah, perhaps I can, but don't know how at the moment. Gary. Yeah, having a chiller for cooling, that is of course a really reliable and beautiful way to do it. And I also understand that the temperatures in South Africa really can be high. But yeah, in the Netherlands that seems to be a bit of overkill. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Oh, sorry, Jor. Me. Yeah, it works again. 2025 has been a horrendous year for you. I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your friend, Gary. That's not nice. I tend to agree regarding horrendous, because looking back at 2025 and the war situation here in Europe, and let's say the acts of Daddy in the United States, that's also, well, a bit problematic, I think, but not to be explained here in the net or on the satellite. Yeah, Peter, I again had to look at the picture that you're making, and it is absolutely fabulous. I had a look at your hair, and you can see, yeah, really individual hairs on your head. It's really sharp, wonderful. That is not the kind of picture that I'm making at the moment. Gary is not bad, bad either. He is also really good. But I think that yeah, the quality of my webcams are not sufficient to make such a picture. And also lighting, of course, that is most important. It's getting a bit dark now here in the Netherlands, and that does not help either, of course. I do not know, Peter, how you are lighting your shack. Well, thanks for the compliment on my jacket. I have a lot of these. But yeah, I won't provide you a view under the table like Bert did. It doesn't matter, but let's say that the trousers yeah, correspond to the jacket in a way. Okay, yeah, Leon, good idea to reassemble the bullseye LMB. That's indeed what I'm gonna do. There is a bit of corrosion also in the aluminium housing, so it must have become wet inside. Is the radon damaged? Yes, indeed, because I'm using the patch antenna, and as you know, it has a coaxial feeder, and that's yeah, glued to the inside of the LMB. So I drill a small hole in the radon, and the tube goes inside, and then I glue a kind of compound around it. That's the way in which I do it. Well, I must say that this LMB stood, I think, 3 or 4 years outside, and it can happen once. But the disadvantage, in the background, I have a stock of LMBs. You can see it at the left side of the picture. I had a stock of 3, but now only 1 is left. And that's nasty, of course. So I try to order some new ones, because if you don't have it, that's a bit of pity, of course. But it was a good idea, Peter. You said it, the Golden Media LMBs. I remember that. Okay, yeah, and the old Philips video recorders. Yes, indeed, this is an old V2000 video recorder. And the way in which these recorders were built in the past, that is really, it could be an example for the way in which it should be built today. Later video recorders were all plastic, and the same is applicable to DVD players and so on. Where in the past these were really reliable players. Okay, but the one at the table here does not provide any video output, and it could be, of course, that the rotating disc failed, but yeah, it might also be an electronic problem. We'll see. Yeah, the disadvantage of running a repair cafe, you were looking for the word. The disadvantage of running a repair cafe is that some people bring equipment at your home, at your door, and saying no, yeah, that is rather difficult for me. So especially when it concerns friends or neighbors, then they are always welcome. But sometimes, if if the equipment piles up in my house, then it becomes nasty. Yeah, and then regarding the rockets and flying in summer heat for you, Leon, come to the Netherlands. You can fly your rocket regarding temperature, at least. But there are no places, to my opinion, in the Netherlands where you can fly rockets. Okay, Bert. I had a look at the power supply. Also really looks nice. It's really small for the output power of the power supply. It must be switch mode. Otherwise, it does not fit in such a small enclosure. The fact that you're using raspberries for all kind of purposes, I knew that, and indeed it still is a nice processor. Okay, a cooler for the aquarium. That's also an idea. Huh? It must be like a chiller that Gary is talking about. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from the Netherlands again. Happy New Year already. And let's pause a moment for Tom. Perhaps his equipment is up and running again. Wish you all the best from the Netherlands. Papa Echo number 1 Alpha Victor Papa.
Looks like Tom's still got an issue. I just hope my audio is not too high. I had a report saying that on YouTube the audio is a bit low, but according to the meters I have here, the audio meters, we're just where we need to be without clipping and distorting. So anyway, we'll have a look, see what it does. But thanks all the same, Stuart. You must just let us know if you're happy with it the way it is. Of course, everyone's audio levels are slightly different. We don't have automatic gain control on this, so it's there. It looks like I've now got you all a bit hoarse and coughing. As they say in Afrikaans, ons steek jou aan, Leon. So there we go. Anyway, we'll make this the final over. I want to wish everybody a very happy 2026. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for keeping the net going all the time. Some weeks it's very interesting. In fact, most weeks there's something that can be taken away as interest. And it's just a nice rag chew like we used to have on 80 meters in the evening. So that's what we try and do on this net. And there's a lot of viewers and people watching it. So it seems to be quite successful. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say 7-3. And I'll just swing it around for everyone to say their 7-3s. So the next one in line, Tom's not coming back, I don't think. We'll give it a little break. If Tom doesn't take it, then to you, Peter, from ZA6YI.
I think Tom's given up. Okay, I did not say, but very good picture from you too, Gary. Okay. Very good picture from you there, Gary. I don't think you're running 25 frames a second or 15 maybe, I don't know, but very good indeed. Nearly as good as mine. That's complimentary. Only joking. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy New Year, and hopefully. I've run out of family, Gary. That's a sad thing. I'm now an orphan. I've no brother, no mother, no father, no family, close family alive anymore. So it only gets worse. And I'm only 64. So if you've survived this long with still extended family intact, you're doing pretty well. I know it's grim all round. And it only gets worse as you get older. But there's no point dwelling on the inevitable because it's probably our turn next. But yes, all good. Excellent stuff from everybody there. And I doubt if I'll be on next weekend because I'm probably working. I can't remember. That's another thing of being old, isn't it? It might get grim, but you forget about it. So that's compensation, I suppose. With that, I'll say good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you may be in the world. And thanks for having me on the net. From I can see my hair there. That's settings of the camera as well. Not just the transmitter. I'm smoothing my face, but sharpening my hair. So the face needs a lot of smoothing, by the way. From that, GW7BZY. Maybe catch you next weekend.
Okay, Peter, no, you don't touch anything, no smoothing or non-smoothing or anything. It is perfect. Now, see, you've moved the microphone a little bit, and it already makes a big difference. Yeah. Okay, cheers, everybody, and yeah, Happy New Year to everybody when it comes. And yeah, let's have many more QSOs. I charged up one of my old phones just now, just to see if it still works, my Nokia communicator, and I went through the list of numbers, and more than 20 of them are deceased already. It's yeah, it happens quickly, hey. So anyway, okay. There was something else I wanted to comment on, but I've forgotten. Didn't make a note. But anyway, okay. 73s from ZS1 Mike. Bert, to you if you want to take it. But yeah, we are now closing shop.
Thanks there, Leon. ZS1 Mike, Zulu Romeo 6 Tango Golf. Volume seems to be down. Looks like I still have a few issues that needs to be resolved. So sorry for jumping in there, but yeah, just it was good seeing everybody again. I'll have all these small little niggles sorted by next week or the next one. But Happy New Year to everybody, and hope everybody is safe and enjoy the time with their family. And it was really good seeing everybody, Leon, Bert, and Paul, and Peter. Peter, your setup looks very good. There's no issues there. And Paul, yeah, we'll have another QSO, and then we can chat as well. But yeah, love your jacket there. Looks awesome. Okay. Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll chat again soon. Over to you, Bert, PA3AOD, here from Zulu Romeo 6 Tango Golf.
Yeah, there's some audio. Yeah, okay, thanks, Tom. Yeah, as I said already, the best wishes for the new year. I want to show you something. Siggy DG9BFC was also watching. He talked about 13 centimeters. Now, this will be my 13 centimeters. That's just one of the well-known pellets, and that one will be used for 13 centimeters then. So that's the one for 13, but it has to also be made in a nice case. But we'll see how that what will happen then with that. I wanted to say something else. Oh yeah, the front from all the cabinets I made, the front plate, it's just 3D printed. I made it all in one shape. That's a construction program, and I sent it down to the 3D printer, and that's printing then, and that's the front. So nothing fancy, yeah. Okay, yeah, and Paul with a jacket. He is a real showmaster. In the Netherlands, all the showmasters have these kind of clothes. Some glittering and so yeah, Paul is the show guy. I'll say greetings to all, and send the mic over and the camera to Paul, and see you then next time. And Paul, I will hear you tomorrow probably, tomorrow morning. 73's, bye-bye from PH3 AOD.
So this is the third over. Yeah, there's not much to say anymore, I think. Yeah, Leon, you were talking about the Nokia communicator and old phones. The Nokia communicator. I have several of those devices, and one old device that I still have here in the shack. That's this old Ericsson mobile phone. This is for 900 megahertz. Wonderful, isn't it? This must be from, I think, 87, 88 or so. Made by Ericsson. I can start a museum if I wanted, looking at the amount of old phones that I'm still owning. Yeah, sorry about the issues, Tom, but the last over was perfect. No problem whatsoever, so we will meet again. And Bert, we all saw the 3D printer in the background, a wonderful machine, able to print in color. Yeah, I will not comment, let's say, the aspect of show mastering. No, I always have those jackets if I wear a jacket. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, all the best. Have a nice week and Happy New Year. From Papa Echo #1 Alpha Victor Papa.
(7-3) to all. And by the way, Paul, I was going to mention, I've got an old Grundig video recorder, or video playback and recorder. It uses those very big tapes. I think the Philips had the same system. So I haven't put that on for years and years and years. I think all the caps must have leaked out by now. 7-3 all. This is ZA6YI closing net. And until we see each other next year.